adventurers, travelers, and friends, and welcome to a Bragworthy Adventures video. I'm your host, Rose, and today we're going to talk about Disney. I don't know if you knew already by the other Disney videos I post, but I go to Disney relatively often. And every once in a while, I get the special treat of bringing a friend or family member along who hasn't seen Disney in the longest time. And it makes me realize some of the things that I know and that help me get on the most rides, see the most things, do things efficiently and effectively that they would not have known had I not been with them. So I thought, since I can't go with each one of you on your trips to Disney, that instead I would just share a little bit of my knowledge so that you can have a well planned out, enjoyable, magical day at Disney. So if you have one day at Disney, this is the park that I think you should see, and I'm going to tell you how you can prepare to have the best time and what you can do while you're there to see the most of it. It's kind of the archetype of what you think of when you think of Disney. It's got that castle, you know, we all think of the castle when we think of Disney. It has the most rides. So out of 113 rides at the 4 parks, it's got 42 of them. So before you go, there are some things that you need to do. I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to Disney or amusement parks or just travel in general, they may not be type A people like me, and they think if they show up, it'll work out. And I'm sure they still have an amazing time. But if you want to get the most out of it, a little bit of planning beforehand goes a long way when you're at the park. And the best way to prepare for the park is to get yourself a My Disney Experience account. You can do so online, but I highly recommend downloading the app on your phone. This app allows you to book your fast passes. So if you don't know what a fast pass is, before you go to Disney, you can sign up for a time slot to go on a ride, and you get to go in a separate line. So instead of the normal wait 45 minutes, you're walking in 10. So it's extremely effective in helping you see the most, and every person who goes to Disney is allowed up to 3 fast passes a day. After you've used those 3 fast passes, you can get more, but at that point, they're usually booked up. Those first 3 fast passes, you can book either 30 days ahead if you've got a normal ticket, you're staying with a friend or in a different hotel, or 60 days ahead if you have a room at a Disney resort, if you're staying on property, as they call it. Now, these fast passes, you book on the My Disney Experience app, but you cannot book them unless you've already bought your ticket. So the other thing is you buy your ticket ahead, at least 30 days ahead, so you can get the best fast passes possible. But if you get your ticket 30 days ahead and get these fast passes set, then when you get to the park, you have a couple rides that you already know you don't have to wait in the long lines for. And you can even link your account to your friends' accounts, so that when you make your fast passes, you can make a fast pass for 4 people, 5 people, whatever it is. You can make it for multiple people. So you all show up on the same fast pass and you can go through together and enjoy the ride together. These are the fast passes I would get for Magic Kingdom, and I'll tell you why. The Dwarfs Mine Train is probably the first one I would look for, and that's because it always books up super quick, and it is the longest line at Disney. It can be up to 160 minutes sometimes, longer. If you see it shorter than an hour, I would run to it and get in that line, because it is almost always just a huge wait. So if you can get a fast pass for that, you've saved yourself a ton of time, and it is a fun ride. Now, the next fast pass I would get is the Peter Pan. This one isn't as roller coastery as the Dwarf Mine Train, but it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and it also tends to be a long line. So getting that fast pass will save you time as well. Now, if you can't get those 2 fast passes, the other big fast passes would be for any of the mountains. So you've got Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, and Splash Mountain that are all kind of roller coastery, more exciting rides. And they're a great place to get a fast pass because they also tend to have around an hour ride wait times. The last fast pass I would get, if you've gotten 2 of the above and you're looking for one more, is Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise is a ride where you sit on a boat and you go around, they tell you puns and you see some things.
It's just me and you. Are you guys ready for 5 romantic nights and 10 treacherous days together? Yeah.
But the reason I would say to get this fast pass is because the line is almost entirely outside and not in a comfortable way. Some of the other rides have some slight outside, slight covering. This one, it just tends to be brutal, especially in Florida, especially if it's summer. It's a nice ride to just be able to walk in on because you don't want to wait in that line. It makes you sweat, for real. So here are my thoughts for what you should do when you're at the park to help make it a fun day, to help make sure you see the most. The first one is to see the park in a circular format. The park is kind of in a circle shape around the castle. There's Main Street down the middle, but Main Street doesn't have any rides. It's got some food and it's got some shops, but the rides are all along the outside. So I think it's best to choose one side and go around. That saves you time from having to walk from side to side, from side to side to the park. This is also something maybe to keep in mind while you make your fast passes, so that you don't put fast passes right next to each other that are on opposing sides of the park and have to run through. It's also good to keep in mind when you're at the park that there's parades. Right now, the parade at 2 p.m. is the Festival of Fantasy Parade, and it's gorgeous. So if that's something you'd want to see, you definitely want to set aside time in your schedule to go on Main Street or around where the parade will take place so you can see it. Also keep in mind that there is a finale show at the end of the night. It's awesome. They project things right onto the castle. You're gonna want to get there maybe a little early to get a good view, but there's fireworks, there's music. Honestly, I love this show. I'll give you a snippet of it. And I highly recommend having a reservation for somewhere to eat, because when you're walking around all day, sometimes those quick eating options you can't find good seats for. It's nice to know you're going to be able to sit down in some air conditioning and relax for a bit. Also, while you're going around, even though you kind of want to follow a path, keep your eye on your My Disney Experience app. It'll show you the wait times for rides. So let's say you're at Buzz Lightyear and you've just gotten out of the ride, you take a look, and the Dwarf Mine Train is 15 minutes. Run your butt over there and take advantage of the short waits. Still maybe try and stay on one side, but if it's a really worth it wait time, run over there. A lot of the wait times go down when parades are taking place. So let's say you're not traveling with kids, it's just you and a friend and you're an adult and you want to go on all the rides and you don't care as much about the parade or the show, then during the parades and the show is the best time to go on those longer lined rides if you don't already have a fast pass. And then the last tip I would give you is to let go. So if you are a type A like me, this is hard to do. You get so excited planning it, you get so fixated on how you want the day to go that sometimes that excitement can frustrate you when you're in the moment. You can end up feeling really upset if you don't see the beginning of a show that you wanted to see, or you don't get the best spot. But remember, you're at Disney, so just enjoy yourself and feel the magic of being there and reliving some of your childlike glory. So that's my tips and tricks for one perfect day at Magic Kingdom. If you want to know more about what to do at Disney, what to eat at Disney, what to wear at Disney, let me know. I do have some videos already on walking shoes at Disney, at food, at some of the Epcot food festivals. But if you like these sorts of videos, subscribe and tell me. Tell me in the comments what you want to see me do, because I go to Disney a little too often for my budget. But I really do love Disney, and I love sharing my knowledge with you guys. So let me know what you want to hear and I will be happy to share it. And I hope you have a wonderful Disney experience. As always, bye travelers.